Good morning, YouTube. Muchismo Eugene here. Uh, got a topic I want to talk about today, and this is going to be titled Healthcare Workers. Narcissists as Healthcare Workers, or narcissists in the medical field. And before I begin, I just want to, this is just a quick disclaimer because there's going to be no apologies after I start this. It's going to offend a few people, especially if you're not healed, you're not completely whole, to the point whole where you can wrap your brain around the subtle complexities of these people where it pertains to healthcare capacities. And they're everywhere in every facet of life, but I'm going to emphasize in the medical industry where they fit real nicely. I rewrote this back here. I'm going to give you a little spiel of why I erased it and had to rewrite it. There is not often that I have company here, but I did have some company here, a female, and because of what I talk about and I discuss, if there's someone in my home that I don't particularly discuss, which is most people that I invite to my home, I won't discuss, or in this case, I didn't discuss the type of things that I am into by way of the psychology of narcissistic personality disorder. And for secondly, this particular individual, I almost can guarantee you there is some really, really deep-seated issues, probably on the level of personality disorder of some sort. You just know, because we study this stuff, and not just on paper, we recognize, just the behavior. So I erased it and I just rewrote it. You probably didn't notice, but I emphasize that because I'm sure we have people on here that's probably had people within their home, and you may not take things down. You may have your house adorned just the way it is, and you may keep those guests out of that particular room. In this case, this is my living room. It's where the television and the family sits. At some point in the future, I'd like to just dedicate a room to just basically do what I'm doing here on the YouTube channel, but not concerned about it at this moment. Now, that out of the way, the disclaimer is this is not intended to offend anybody in the healthcare industry, but it will. It's automatic. It always does. The things that we do and the things that we talk about here, they're always going to offend someone in whatever capacity you may be speaking about. And I have my robe on this morning. I was going to grab a shirt, but just forgive me because I'm comfortable. And I've been meaning to talk about this subject for a while, so I'll get right into it. The healthcare profession where the narcissist fits in. I'll give you an example. Be mindful if, as a guy, and I'm going to use the male-female scenario here, because me being a male, this is where I'm most comfortable making an analogy. I meet a person, a female, and I say to her, what are you going to school for? Or she'll say, well, I'm in school right now. And I'll say, what are you going to school for? And if I can count the times that they reply to me, I'm in school to be a nurse. If I could count it, I would run out of hands, fingers, and toes. Not happening. It is just no. First of all, whether they are a narcissist or not, or even have narcissistic tendencies, they most often, there's a pop appeal to nursing because, first of all, the attraction to it is so said to be the pay. But there's a lot of things, intricate things that goes on within the nursing profession that they don't want to be a nurse. There's just so much. My first wife of 10 years is a nurse. She's an RN, very good RN at that. Just a little bit of tad of self-righteousness on her part. Other than that, she's a pretty decent woman. I have 2 adult kids by her. So I know a few things about nursing, and I know from some stories that she used to come home and tell me about critical care aides unit, different things, probably even cancer unit, to see these people in these situations. And then the blood and different things, and sometimes wounds and unhealed, gunshot wounds, just different things that you may deal with within the hospital. You have to have not just a strong stomach, but a strong tolerance for, it's almost kind of like you got to be disconnected a little bit from just the norms of life in order to prepare yourself for this kind of stuff. So back to topic. This has happened to me more than just a few occasions. Just being inquisitive. You're in school. What are you going to school for? I'm going to be a nurse, or even an LPN or a nursing assistant. This is a very, very pervading thing in our world today. And I thought about it, and I said, and this is based on some of the behaviors and the cues that I'm getting off of these people too, in conjunction with them replying, I want to be a nurse. I see some of the behaviors associated with it, because when they respond, you can see just how uninterested in the thing that they say that they're going to school to be. It's almost like, look at me, pat me on the back. I'm going to do this thing. How cool am I? And that doesn't always just constitute them being a narcissist. So there's a few things that are involved here. I guess my whole point of bringing this video to you guys, be mindful, just the short of it, be mindful of someone if you're involved, or you're even thinking about getting involved with them in an intimate relationship, or even any type of male-female relationship, or female-female, male-male, whatever have you. This is a strong indicator that you could very well be getting yourself involved with a narcissist. Because you got to understand, if I can be in a capacity where I can seemingly be helping other people, this will, in essence, garner me the attention, adoration, adulation, and all these other things that narcissists are starved for. And specifically, where it pertains to the medical industry, they are in this capacity like you wouldn't believe. I've gone in emergency rooms. I've gone in, just waiting rooms in places of healthcare, and being that I know what I know now, I'm awakening. I have the knowledge and the insight, and know me as an empath, can read energy just like the narcissist can. I see a lot of strong signs of narcissistic personality disorder. Not only just in visual, but in the feedback, in the exchange that I hear and observe from these individuals. And their conversation is just not a normal conversation. It doesn't look normal. It doesn't feel normal. What you will get from listening to their conversation, it will feel like they're just rolling words off of their lips. They're not connected to the conversation. Is basically what I'm getting at. And this can be in any capacity of conversation with these people. They're not connected to the conversation. They're more so concerned with who is listening to what they're saying. They're just as unconcerned about what they're saying as The freaking paint on the wall is a concern about what I'm saying on this video. And you may say, hey, Chismo, what are you doing? You're just sitting around analyzing people. Well, when you're awake, and I'm going to be honest with you, you wake up with your life and the things that you have in mind to do, your agendas. But I'm going to tell you, once you've been awakened, you can never, ever be asleep again. These things are intuitive to what you are and who you are. You become more attuned to it. And as much as you would want to turn this off, you can tune it down, turn it down, but it's literally impossible to turn it off. And why should you? In a healthy way, I think this is just a real big part, a strong part of your new awakening. And so that being said, watch out for these people who always talking about, I'm in school to be a nurse, I'm in school to be an LPN or narcissist. It could be a janitor in the hospital. But specifically these people, and they won't finish nursing school, by the way. They won't. My smaller children's mom went to nursing school, and I could have gambled my life that she wasn't going to complete it, and she didn't. And so they just do stuff for the appeal. And I haven't finished everything I've started. I'll give it. I went to school for welding, and once I gained custody of my children, say hell with this. I want to raise my children. I want to be a father. I waited so long to just have them in my life consistently. So that's my story. But before that, I haven't finished every task I've attempted. Normal people don't complete everything that they start, and or healthy people. Who's normal these days, right? So my thing to this is just be mindful, and that was my whole point of this video. I've been wanting to talk about it, probably in a more in-depth way than I did here, but I just wanted to get it out there because I feel like every topic that we here talk about is just one more layer to peeling back the subtle things that, the subtle capacities that these people breed in, because they swim in every facet of life. They're piranhas, they're just everywhere. And what they do, they contaminate a good environment. You can get one of these narcissists in the hospital, and they just create a dark room for that hospital. And before you know it, you'll feel like you're in hell, or you're in a I don't know, a gas chamber of sorts. Because if your energy is vibrating very high, you'll know right away that there's some pandemonium in that room or that environment that you can't really put your finger on. And this will probably be why, because their energy is so low and it's so dark. So I guess that's the only thing I want to say about that. Just watch them in the medical capacity. You out there who are in the medical capacity that are doing these hard tasks of caring for people in their darkest moments. I applaud you. The ones of you who are healthy out there that are doing it because you really want to be a blessing to the world. I do appreciate your service. All right, bless.